Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. If you guys are not aware, we got plenty of updates regarding a bunch of stuff. Third anniversary coming next week. So I think I forgot to basically make this video early on. That's going to be for the Powder of Hope for this season, right? So we're going to talk about these 4 characters right here, which is going to be Miracle Violet Plet, Maid Bikini Rubia, Magic School Professor Sherazad, and of course Admiral Sylvia. Now, as you guys can see right now, this is going to be what is happening with the Powder of Hope right now, right? In this particular season, we got these 4 characters. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what's the approach moving forward, because right now, if you guys are not aware, they also have this new thing called the Spark of Rampage available right here. And I'm sure you guys are aware by now that some characters get their buffs, and I think one of it is going to be, I don't think it's this Sylvia, but another Sylvia, I believe is going to be this one, right? That got the Spark of Rampage as well. As you can see, this is going to increase her damage significantly. It goes up to like another 450% right here, right? Which is going to be insane, all right? Definitely insane. So ideally, for some players, depending on what is your priority, what is your objective, you might want to consider spending your Powder of Hope in the Spark of Rampage and getting this instead, right? So you probably already have did that, and in that case you have to wait for before the month ends or after the month ends to basically get the reset, right? You are going to be able to do that right here in the golden thread as well, right? This is going to be the area that you can basically buy the Spark of Rampage. And for this particular one, I did got a little bit, but I'm not too sure if maybe I'll consider getting more, right? So let's focus on the characters then, right? So we got 4 characters right now, all right, which is going to be what it is. I want to talk about the priority, which one is going to be the utmost one, and which one is going to be, in my opinion, the least priority. Let's start with the least priority. In my opinion, the Magic School Professor Sherazad, this particular costume. Now, Sherazad is cool, alright? I do like her. I'm a big fan of Sherazad. I feel like her concept is going to be quite good. In fact, the upcoming, I think, a Prestige skin, alright, if you guys haven't seen it in the previous video, that one was very, very cool, man. But one thing to take note of, this particular costume is probably going to be her weakest costume. Now, as you can see, right, let's talk about the stopping points, right? At +1, you are going to hit the enemy 7 times, alright, and +3 is going to be the SP reduction. I would say if you want to get this up to +3, just for the SP reduction, that's going to be cool. I don't think you need the +4 or +5, because even though it's just going to be a little bit of damage increase, this particular costume of hers is not going to do a lot of damage. Now, it is going to have a big range though. I think out of all of her costumes, this is going to be the one with the biggest range, right? So it is going to be useful in that sense in trying to remove buffs, alright? If you guys are not aware, remove buffs can also be used to remove taunt, alright? This is going to be very, very useful in some situation. If you're struggling in any specific PvE stage, you can basically rely on this costume to help you remove buffs, right? However, removing buff is not unique to this particular costume. I'm sure you guys are aware. If you're not, then Sherazad's, all her costume can remove buff, alright? This one can remove buffs, this one can remove buffs, this one can remove buffs, right? But this particular one can also apply silence, alright? This one is quite unique in that particular sense. So in my opinion, I don't think this is going to be a costume that you want to max out, alright? If you can't afford to, you don't have to worry about this. So this is going to be like +3 is a good stopping point. The chain right there, 7 chain, is quite high as well. But we're getting more and more characters that can basically do that already, right? With high chain and stuff. So I don't think this is going to be something that you need to worry about, right? Specifically. Now let's talk about the next one, Maid Bikini Rubia. Now in my opinion, this is going to be a very, very cool costume and quite an important one as well, right? Now, this particular one, alright, if you guys haven't already obtained this one, this costume, it is going to basically apply DOT vulnerability. Now, as of the time of me recording this video right now, it is going to be the only character in the game that can apply this form of vulnerability, right? We have a lot of different types, right? We got the physical vulnerability, we got Venaka that can apply wind vulnerability, we also have, you know, like magic vulnerability like Livia, or like Rafina can apply physical vulnerability, right? And of course, for hers, it's going to be DOT vulnerability, right? This one is quite unique in that particular case. Now, will they release another character that can do this in the future? Maybe. But for now, she is going to be the only one. The range is a little bit lacking, right? I wish that this is going to be something that is at least 3x3 tiles or something. But for what she does, it's also going to be quite good in terms of doing damage. In fact, if you basically power this particular costume up and you pair this with Leatrice, it is going to be one of her higher dealing damage costumes, right? Alongside with this particular Dance Rubia as well. So these two is going to be the highest one. So what is going to be the stopping point for this one? At +1, you are already going to get the 3 SP, alright, as opposed to 4 SP, a little bit of the SP reduction, and going even higher is going to be what you want to focus on in terms of the multiplier, right? In my opinion, this one is going to be one of the better ones, alright? Looking at all of these vulnerability for the DOT, up to +5 is going to apply 300%. I would say once you get her up to +1, if you are looking to further invest into Rubia, I would say she's going to be a very, very crucial character, especially if you're trying to apply DOT specifically. Now, is she more important than the other two though, right? In this particular case, in my opinion, like I said, this particular Sherazade one has the least priority. Now, I think it's going to be a little bit complicated when we compare Plet and of course Sylvia, right? Now, Plet and Sylvia runs into the same issue similar to Rubia, right? You need to have their other costumes to perform. So let's talk about Sylvia first, right? Now, for Sylvia herself, this is probably going to be one of the highest one, but actually right now, no, this is the second highest one, because right now this particular one, the Admiral, not the Bikini Sylvia, is going to do even more because with all of this damage combined, right? This one is going to be able to extend the duration of the buffs as well. Whereas this one, as you can see, it is going to hit the enemy 5 times. It is going to do a decent damage. However, right, like if you can see right here, +3 is going to be the stopping point, the older costume, right? This is one of the first batch of costume that they introduced back then, where you know, +3 is going to be having that 1 SP reduction as opposed to +1. So I feel like it is going to be strong, right? Now, if you don't have this costume, it should still be fine, because right now, if you guys are not aware, right, I feel like she is going to get some sort of usage in the current boss season, alright, because the boss they were fighting against is going to be weak against water. However, Darian is by far a stronger water character right now, right? If you're just looking at pure physical prowess and physical strength. If you already got a Darian maxed out and you don't care about chasing ranks or beating out to like beyond level 10, right? I feel like if you got Darian and she's really, really strong and you have a bunch of other characters like Mamone and stuff, you probably don't need Sylvia as much, right? But she is going to be still helpful, still useful for you to be able to basically obtain the rankings, right? If that's what you're looking to chase, or even like beyond level 15 for the Fiend Hunter, if that's something that you are trying to lean towards, right? And last but not least, we got Miracle Violet Plet. Now, in my opinion, this is probably going to be a very interesting costume, right? So, Plet has 2 costumes, if you guys are not aware by now. You sort of need both costumes to work. One is going to extend the duration of all debuffs, and this particular one, we did testing as well, it is going to be quite strong. Even with this burst feature right now, it is going to increase the condition as well, right? Conditional damage, 7 plus debuffs, plus 25%. That's quite a lot of multiplier, right? It is going to do like, I would say 2 to 5, right? In that particular case, or is it? Yeah, it's about there, right? So 2, 3, 5, 2, 2, 5. So that's going to be the damage that she will be able to do as a whole. I believe 250 if you plus 5 her. So it is going to be a lot of damage. Ideally, I think Plet is a character that is going to be very interesting, and she's going to be one of the few one that can extend debuff and basically scale off the number of debuffs, right? But for Plet, if you want to achieve her full like utmost compatibility of team, right now it's still going to be Celia and of course Sonia, right? Sonia, Celia, Plet, these 3 basically is going to be one of her best combo to use together in a team to achieve that 7 plus debuffs, or else there's not going to be enough characters out there, at least for now, to be able to help you apply those debuffs consistently, because 7 plus debuffs, still quite a lot, right? That's still going to be something that you are going to need to achieve. So in most cases, all of these costumes, in my opinion, they are not like the top priority, alright? In terms of like, ideally if I see Helena, Latel, or even if you see Grenadier, or Rafitia, Diana, those are going to be the ones, right? If you don't have any of those important supporters, I would say lean towards those. But for now, it seems like I don't think any of these characters are bad in particular, but it's just that for a lot of players, right, unless you're trying to chase rank specifically, most of these can be like, for now, can be skipped, right? You can slowly try to grind the Powder of Hope for the Spark of Rampage first. If you haven't already gotten this, right, depending on how much access you have, if you have limited amounts of Powder of Hope, then that should be the one that you should be looking at for the time being. until later on, once we slow down a little bit, because I have a feeling we're going to have a next batch of characters as well once the new month comes, right? So because upcoming, we're going to have the new anniversary very, very soon. That's going to be an exciting moment. Looking forward into what's happening in Brown Dust 2. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it. Next week, we're gonna have plenty of videos as well. I plan to revamp some of the guides as well. So stay tuned for that, right? Have a nice day. Goodbye.